Hello friends, my name is Erich de Jesus and today I'm bringing like a small video or maybe a little bit longer, but I want to show you, and this is a solution that probably is going to be good for some of you guys over there. So this is how everything it's set up, and this is what I work out. Probably somebody else has some other solutions there, like similar to this one, but I'm not 100% sure. So I just want to share like what I did and why I'm doing this. So the first thing is that let's say that you guys have an event, and let's take the example of Global Power User Group, and we want to capture survey data and do our own analysis in Power BI real time, or maybe we want to save the data and later on like relay this data with any other events that we're going to be creating. So what I have done over here is that we're going to use Power BI services, and I have already everything set up, but I will guide you through the steps what I did to create this. So the first thing is that I create a streaming data set for this, and I call it test Power BI. And on here, on this streaming data sets that you guys need to create in here, you guys can use API, and then on the API, you guys are gonna give a name of your data sets, and you assign all the values that you want to see into that data set. So, but I try to match. You need to make sure you try to match your information with your form, because we're going to be using for this specific uh, example. I'm using Typeform, and I'm using use the free version of it, because the free version it gives you like unlimited responses and unlimited fields. So then Pro and they have the Pro for more personalization and more like advanced features and stuff like that. If you are not looking to do that, I mean, the basic works like really good for me. So I don't know. You decide which way you want to do it. So then when you have that, what I did is I just create like a simple form, first name, last name, age, and sex, and then I already have this set up. So then the next step that you want to do is like just put on your streaming data set, try to keep the same names over here. So that way, everything is gonna match. So that's one. So this is my data set over here, um, and I just want to show you. So I'm using the same structure as the form that I'm gonna be doing for the type form. So that is there. The next thing I did is because I want to keep the data, um, then I just create a table, and then that table I give the same names: first name, last name, age, and sex, and I'm keeping this on my local database. So then from there, the next thing that we need to do is go to our flows. So my flow is already here, it's already set up, but this is a custom flow. This kind of flow is being used for multiple other things and multiple other solutions, but I just did like some sort of integration with the Typeform, based on the fact that I need to do some survey. And then what I'm using here is, if you notice, like in the type form, you're gonna connect to your account, and then what you're gonna select over here is the form that you want to use. So every form is gonna appear over here. So in this case, I'm using the post event survey, which is this one, the one that I have created here. And then the next step is that you're gonna add an action over here. So you're gonna add your a new action, and then that's gonna be your SQL Server, and then you need to do all the connections for your SQL Server part of it. Then you see like all the fields that you're gonna have on your form. They're gonna populate over here. If you want to see more things over here, then you will need to add those records into your SQL table in order for you to be able to collect all the data. Then the next step is like just create add a parallel branch, action. And this one I'm just using the Power BI and the Power BI. So I'm using the Power BI workspace team, and then I'm using all my data set as a Power BI test Power BI team. The data it's going to be real time. And then the same step over here, we're going to use replicate. We're going to add all the fields that we're trying to collect or show into the Power BI as well. So when you have all that set up, the next thing that you're gonna do is like just go to your form and then look how cool is this. So I'm gonna type, I'm gonna fill the form. I'm 25. I'm kidding, that's not my age, but I'm not gonna give it to you guys. And then, so as soon as I click send button, look what is gonna happen. Cool stuff over here. This is my report, and this is where I have the connection, and I will show you in a few minutes. I mean, because you already have your streaming data set in there. So now I'm just gonna refresh, and my data, it's supposed to populate it here. So let's edit my report and the field that I use at to refresh. Let's see my database, whether I have the record or not. And you see my record that I just input on my form coming into my database. So now my form and my Power BI data set is supposed to be synced. So I'm just gonna refresh over here, and for sure my record is right here. So I mean, and then from here, like I mean, there's multiple things that you guys can do. Imagine like running an event that you do want to collect that data every every year or every time that you do an event, and you want to keep records for that data, and you have a local in your database, and as well you're using the data set into the Power BI services. So this is a cool thing, and for this you guys also going to need to set up your on-premise data gateway, because if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to go anywhere with that. There's a lot of resources how to connect that in there. In this case, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to do this. There's a couple stuff, but it's a lot of information out there for you guys to get into this point. If you guys have any questions, you need to know anything else about this solution, just feel free to reach out to me, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and on the Global Power BI community. Thank you and have a good one.